Hi dear Capricorns, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about the transits for the month of September. September is not as eventful as August, but still it's an interesting month. At the very beginning of September we have 6 planets in retrograde, which is a lot. Like half of the solar system is going to be going backwards, so the progress is going to feel frustratingly slow. But don't worry, this is a great time actually to work on projects that are already in progress, the things that you started at the beginning of this year. You can focus on those without getting distracted by anything new, if that makes sense. And then, thankfully, 2 personal planets are going to turn direct in September. So that means our daily routine is going to start going back to normal. Because when personal planets are retrograde, we feel them the most because they affect our daily life. Like Mercury retrograde, for example, it affects our communication. There are misunderstandings. We tend to forget our keys or tend to forget things. The traffic is also affected. And then Venus retrograde, it affects our self-esteem, it affects our finances and love relationships. So again, that is frustrating, right? But thankfully, those 2 planets are going to turn direct. So all of those things are going to be over, okay? Thankfully. And then now I'm going to start with overviewing the outer planets. Pluto has been in your sign for the past 15 years. So it has been transforming all the Capricorn related themes like corporations, power structures, institutions, government. Okay, Pluto has been exposing the corruption in government. Like some banks have been collapsing. Like the 2008 financial crisis that started with Pluto entering into Capricorn. But like on a personal level, Capricorns, this has been in your first house, transforming your personality. Like obviously, change is part of life. But the past 15 years, change in your personality has been especially more powerful. It has been making your personality more powerful, making you a more influential, powerful person. Even though, like, let's be honest, you probably did experience some huge challenges. Pluto is not an easy planet, even though it is friendly for Scorpios. It is friendly for Capricorns because it rules your friendly sign, Scorpio. But still, Pluto is Pluto, no matter where it is. But find solace in the fact that it has been making you a more powerful person. Yeah. It's been making you shed all the qualities that you don't need anymore. And thankfully, with Pluto, you feel its effect the most when it's making an exact conjunction to your personal planets. So that means right now, Pluto is on the 28th degree of Capricorn. That means those Capricorns born around January 18th are feeling this conjunction the most. Yeah, and so it has been transforming your personality. Like you've probably been experiencing the death of your ego. Yeah, all the problems that you are experiencing, it kind of like kills your ego. But don't worry, it's gonna resurrect and rise like a phoenix from the ashes, more powerful than before. Okay. And then, so those of you who have your rising sign around the 28th, 27th degree of Capricorn, you're going to feel this the most. Or maybe you have your Venus around this sign, or Mercury. Then, yeah, you can expect some intense events, transformations in your relationships or in your communication style, okay, in your thought process. Venus and Mercury, yeah. And thankfully, Pluto is going to leave your sign in 2026, like forever, in your lifetime, I mean. In 2025, yes, it's going to leave your sign, but because of retrograde, it's going to make a brief comeback. Yeah, so it's going to still be going back and forth. But in 2026, you're going to be left alone, finally. Yeah. And next is Neptune in Pisces. I blame Neptune in Pisces for all the fake news, lies, propaganda, because Neptune rules subconscious, collective subconscious. So our collective subconscious has been fed lies, propaganda. Have you noticed how none of the news outlets are objective anymore? You cannot trust them anymore. They're like, even the most respectable ones, like the New York Times, they're spewing propaganda. They don't even care about the objective truth anymore. They just want you to believe in their point of view. And so it's frustrating. We live in crazy times, crazy times. Instead of becoming victim of the Neptune in Pisces, victimhood energies, instead try to use this to focus on your inner spirituality. Our times are anything but spiritual. Even though Neptune is in Pisces, it's the sign of spirituality. The planet of spirituality is in the sign of spirituality. It's been weird, yeah. So we have a couple more years of this confusing, nebulous, foggy Neptune in Pisces. It's like very fishy energy. And Capricorns, for you, this has been in your third house. Third house is the house of siblings, neighborhood, okay? Yeah, communication style. And because, again, Neptune is an outer planet, you don't feel it unless you have planets close to those degrees. Let's say maybe you have, I don't know, your rising sign in the late degrees of Pisces. Then you are going to feel the confusing, nebulous energy. But otherwise, if you don't have anything in Pisces, you're not going to feel it that much. The reason why I'm mentioning this is just that generally Neptune in Pisces is causing all this victimhood everywhere. And I'm sure as Capricorns you guys don't like that. Everyone is like, I'm more victim than you, I'm more mentally ill than you. It's just such a mess. And so yeah, a couple more years of this insanity. Next, Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus. Capricorns, for you, this is your fifth house of romance, creativity, children. So your children, if you do have children, are probably going through really original times, unique times, experiencing unique things in their lives, innovations, okay, surprises in their lives. And if you don't have children, you are probably experiencing this innovative, original Uranus energy in terms of your creativity. In romance, maybe you are going on dates with people you never thought you would date, okay? So that is Uranus in Taurus. It has been in there since 2019, early 2019, and it's going to be in there until 2025. So enjoy it while it lasts. I mean, Uranus can be annoying with all its constant surprises, but if you work with it, it can actually be fun. And you also have Jupiter in Taurus in your fifth house. So again, Jupiter is bringing that expansive, fun energy into your romance, into your creativity, leisure. Yeah, so if you are going on vacations around this time, while Jupiter is in Taurus, yeah, you'll probably go to a really nice, awesome, exotic places, okay? Enjoy this energy while it lasts. And so next I'm going to talk about the inner planet transits. I forgot. I forgot to offer make an ad of my astrology readings. So I do birth chart analysis, astrocartography readings, synastry readings, compatibility stuff, and then transits, progressions. Okay, so if you're interested, please email me. We can make an appointment, and then I don't have a set price. You can pay whatever you want to pay. Some customers have been really generous, and if you are struggling financially, if you are going through hard times, don't worry. I feel like that's when we need astrology the most, actually. Trust me, I've been broke myself, and I feel like that's when I needed astrology the most. So don't hesitate, email me. We can talk about a reasonable price. All right. So now I'm going to talk about the inner planet transits. On September 3rd for Americas and September 4th for the rest of the world, that's when Venus stations direct on the 12th degree of Leo. And for you Capricorns, this is your 8th house. So if you have been reevaluating your shared resources, intimacy, finances, loans, all of those things, now all of the period of reevaluation is over. Venus is finally gonna slowly move forward, in direct motion, and it's gonna leave the shadow zone on October 6th. Yeah, so in September, even though it turns direct, it will still be a little bit slow, readjusting to her new routine, so to speak. Yeah, so you will still be dealing with the eighth house themes like shared resources, finances, your partner's finances, and intimacy stuff. You still have time until October to deal with those themes. Hopefully you solved all the issues related to your eighth house while Venus was retrograde, so now it's like the time to make up. Yeah, and if you dealt with like relationship stuff, hopefully you were able to resolve those issues, and rest assured that now your relationship is stronger than before. If your relationship didn't survive this retrograde, then don't worry. It meant that that person was not meant to be in your life. God has someone better for you. Okay, and so on September 4th, one day after Venus turns direct, Jupiter takes up the torch of retrograde from Venus and turns retrograde until December 3rd, 2023. Yeah, so Jupiter is going to be retrograde for the rest of the year. And Jupiter is an outer planet. We don't feel it that much. So in your case, it's going to be in your fifth house. So you will be absorbing and digesting the lessons that Jupiter in Taurus has been trying to teach you in regards to fifth house themes. So whether you realize it or not, you'll probably be thinking about your creativity, creative self-expression, romance, and children related stuff. Okay, until December. What else? On September 6th, we have the last quarter moon in Gemini. This marks the beginning of a week where not much happens, because it's the week before the new moon. So think of it like as a time when you are getting ready for that new moon. You are wrapping things up from the Leo new moon in August. If you think of life as a stage, the period from September 6th to 11th is the time when you are taking down the Leo decorations from the stage and hanging Virgo style, Virgo themed decorations on the stage. Okay, you are getting ready for the stuff that will begin with the Virgo new moon. And if you are waiting for news, announcements, decisions, you can expect them to start coming from September 11th. The new moon itself is going to happen on September 14th, but you can expect those news announcements 4 days before or after the new moon, okay, around the new moon. And so the Virgo new moon, it's going to happen on in your ninth house. So all the ninth house related themes are going to get a boost, like a focus. So ninth house rules travels, foreigners, immigration related stuff, visas, passports. So if you applied for a new passport, you might receive your passport around this new moon. If you are thinking of traveling, you might travel. If you applied for a visa, you will receive your visa, immigration related documents. Okay, and so the Virgo new moon, the aspects that it makes are really interesting. It's going to form a kite aspect on the sky on that day. So the kite aspect involves the luminaries in Virgo. They're going to be making trine aspects to Pluto and Uranus, also in Earth signs. So there's going to be like an easy flow of energy between all the Earth signs. So there's going to be this like really stable, practical, grounded energy. Okay. But the thing is, Neptune is going to be making an opposition to the luminaries in Virgo. But thankfully, Neptune also makes a sextile aspect to those generational planets, Uranus and Pluto. So as you can see, it forms this kite aspect. And it is considered the aspect of fate, destiny, opportunity for growth. And I'm assuming this new moon marks the beginning of a really interesting month because of those aspects. I mean, we've already had this aspect. We got like a taste of it during the Leo new moon in August. But back then, it was Mercury and Mars in Virgo. But this time we have luminaries in Virgo. And we feel it more when luminaries are involved because luminaries are the brightest objects in the sky. Yeah, and so it should be interesting. And another interesting thing about this new moon is that it is the last new moon before a solar eclipse in Libra in mid-October. So sometimes the events associated with that eclipse can play out a month before or after the eclipse itself. So Capricorn, some of you might receive the changes in the news associated with that eclipse during this new moon in mid-September. Okay, even if you don't receive any news or don't receive any changes, I mean like big life altering changes, you can still expect your routine kind of like be affected a little bit, because the month around eclipses is a bit restless. I guess our body can sense that the changes are coming, so it kind of like starts getting restless and getting ready for the changes. Yeah, like I don't know if you've noticed that, but I've definitely noticed that the month around eclipses is always like, how should I say? Restless is the only word that I can think of. Like some might say even hectic. Sometimes our routine turns upside down, and it takes around a month for the dust to settle. So yeah, you get the idea. So you can expect the first half of September to be relatively peaceful and calm, but the second half is when like things start changing a little bit. Yeah, and so one day after this new moon, Mercury is going to station direct in Virgo again on September 15th. So in your ninth house. So all the ninth house related themes are going to start moving forward. There's going to be no delays in that area. What else? On September 22nd, the Sun enters Libra, marking the beginning of fall in the northern hemisphere. Fall equinox, yay! The day and night are going to be equal. So the Sun is going to start getting ready for the solar eclipse in October. So the Sun is going to start illuminating your 10th house. 10th house is a house of career, your social status, your purpose in this life, okay? Your legacy. So every year you get the Sun's transit in this area of your life. And this time, this year, it should be interesting because you will have an eclipse in your 10th house in October. So that's exciting, Capricorns. Start getting ready for the changes. Enjoy this calm month before the activity that will be brought with the eclipses. And on September 29th, we have an Aries full moon on the 6th degree of Aries. So, Capricorns, this means the Sun will be illuminating your career house, while the full moon will be illuminating your family house, okay? Your emotional foundations, family life, yeah, your home, one of your parents. So that is the 4th house. And so expect to deal with those themes. We get only one full moon in our 4th house every year. Sometimes we get 2 full moons, but that's very rare. Normally we get only 1 full moon. And full moons, as you know, is illumination, fruition, culmination. So something about your 4th house. Maybe some of you will move around this full moon. Some of you, like maybe some important event in your parents' life. Okay, maybe one of your parents will retire around this time. Yeah, and what else? This full moon is the last full moon before the lunar eclipse in Scorpio on October 28th. So again, the events associated with that lunar eclipse might play out around this full moon. So do be observant, I guess. And what else? The aspects that this full moon makes are all over the place. The planets are not like in one corner together, they are like evenly distributed, so they will be making aspects like this. So I feel like our emotions are going to be all over the place too. But again, keep in mind that the full moon energy is at its peak 4 days plus or minus the full moon. So after all the craziness of the full moon, we calm down and life feels slightly more normal again. Okay. So I would say things will start feeling normal in the beginning of October, but like towards the end of September you can expect to be emotional, yeah, more impulsive, emotions are full, emotions are hot, okay? So this is it for September, dear Capricorns. As I mentioned, not much happens in September, but still it's an interesting month. The first half is going to be relatively calm and peaceful, but the second half, things start really moving, yeah, change will be in the air, so to speak. and 2 personal planets are going to turn direct, so you can expect your love life, finances, self-esteem, communication to start being normal again. All right, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, and I would like to thank all my subscribers. I've noticed that I have subscribers from so many different countries. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought I would have like subscribers mostly from the United States, but it's been like really like different awesome countries. So thank you for your time, okay? And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Enjoy September, okay? Bye.